Welcome. Hello, everybody. Warm greetings from Canada. Stewart and I have been socially isolating together in our home in Winnipeg, close to our family, which is very nice. We can wave at them. But we are still working with Maple Bear Global. The academic team is hard at work because our concern is for you. Maple Bear cares about families. Of course we do. You're what Maple Bear is all about. In better times, we got to know and love your children, and we really enjoyed being connected to your families. Now, in this time of crisis, we really need to stay connected, and we feel that we can help you with coping and being as healthy as possible, physically healthy and emotionally healthy, and it's not easy.
Everyone's lives have changed drastically. Worrying about the future while struggling to manage the present is highly stressful. It is particularly challenging for families with children at home, children who need to be protected and nurtured, and kept actively learning despite the so many restrictions. All of a sudden, parenting has become a 24/7 job. And for those parents now working or trying to work from home, there's the complication of keeping children occupied enough to get some of that work done.
We empathize with our Maple Bear families. We miss your children, our students, every day, and we want to help. And that's why we're having this tutorial.
We are Maple Bear experts, not psychologists. However, Maple Bear pedagogy is based upon neuroscience and psychology research. Part of what makes our wonderful Maple Bear teachers so successful in promoting all strands of growth, cognitive, social, emotional, physical, artistic, is their knowledge of what conditions make children feel safe, comfortable, eager to learn, and increasingly independent and responsible.
So, condition number one to support learning is a loving, trusting, supportive relationship between the child and the teacher. And of course, you already have that. You have the strongest relationship with your children. They may be feeling confused and unsettled, but they know that they have you. You're going to love them and you're going to protect them. And that is a great foundation, a great starting point.
Second is a safe, stimulating, comfortable environment for active learning and play. We know that your home is probably very well equipped with toys and play areas and technology. Maybe your entire home now seems like a playground.
The third thing is a structure with predictable routines. Now, before COVID-19 hit, I know that you had routines. You had well-defined routines for getting your children up and ready for school. You got them to and from school at a regular time. You had routines to get yourself to work. You had routines for meals, for exercise, and maybe even a social life with your friends. Suddenly, that's been disrupted. Everyone is at home. The familiar routines are gone. You have the loving relationship. You have the secure and stimulating environment for your children. But routines, that is one that you may be struggling with. At least that's what we hear from parents in Canada. And because it's important, we're here to offer you some advice and some tips that we hope you'll find helpful.
Have you ever wondered and marveled at how Maple Bear teachers work with multiple children in one classroom? We can tell you that this does not happen without a plan and with a schedule and with some classroom agreements. No doubt this holds true in your normal adult work environment. Schedules and timelines and shared expectations help everyone achieve goals efficiently.
We know, science tells us, that the stress of chaotic unpredictability is not good for the brain and it's not good for the soul. Maple Bear staff know this. That's why every year we start the school year by teaching children routines. Soon they know what to do when they arrive at the classroom. Even the youngest child learns that. They know what's expected at circle time. They know that on certain days they get music or phys ed. They know how to sit and eat at snack time. They learn how to play properly with their friends and how to share and how to solve problems. And all of this allows more time for learning and for fun. Our school days at Maple Bear are built upon routines and procedures because that's what works.
We know that you cannot replicate a Maple Bear classroom in your home. However, we do know that you can instill routines to make your days at home easier. In fact, by their behavior, your children may, in their own way, be asking you for more certainty and structure. They may be whiny or irritable. They may be clingy or attention-seeking. They may be aggressive or withdrawn. What they need is a safe structure, a schedule, a familiar routine to help them make sense of this new reality. And their behavior is going to be telling you that.
We know that some of your old routines are gone for now, but we encourage you to carry on with those you've already established and simply substitute some new routines where necessary. We don't want you to overcommit to a rigorous minute-by-minute schedule. That will just create more stress for everybody. But do make a plan that works for your family situation. What we do at school to help the day run smoothly is a visual schedule for the class. So you may want to try that. The teacher at the school level puts the activities for the day in a list on the whiteboard, and with young children, it's often a series of pictures of what the day is going to be like in the order. And the teacher often has a little checkbox beside each activity so that the children can say, yes, we succeeded, we did that one. We really encourage you to consider putting a visual schedule on your fridge. And here's some of the routines that you might want to include on your schedule. We hope they're helpful.
So, a consistent bedtime with calming rituals like reading a bedtime story, singing a lullaby, or cuddling up with your favorite stuffed animal. A consistent wake-up time, everyone getting dressed, with child's participation in choosing their own clothing. It might not be stylish and it might not look pretty, but it's very empowering and builds independence.
We encourage you to try your very best to have meals at a consistent time. And that's not always possible, but it's a great way to start the day with a nutritious breakfast. And here's a thought: ask your child to help clear the table and even wash dishes. Little children actually find washing dishes fun, so take advantage of that while you can. We recommend that you take a break mid-morning and mid-afternoon for a snack, and that includes you, not just the children. A comfy nook can make a special fun break for your children, and setting a timer with a silly sound to announce when snack time is happening can create the structure and the fun that your children enjoy. Try to have your nutritious lunch and dinner at a regular time. And now that you're all at home, you might as well sit together and chat. If you feel ambitious, why don't you ask your child to help you prepare dinner once in a while? They do love to help, and you're teaching them to be helpful, which is a really wonderful life skill. Try some new foods once in a while, and definitely share the cleanup duties.
Extra hygiene routines. Regular grooming, such as combing your child's hair, brushing your teeth together, having your child sing you a song while they're taking a shower, plus lots and lots of hand washing, and of course, cough and sneeze procedures. All of these things will help.
Now, one of the most important things that we're specifying here that needs to go on your schedule, probably more than once, is playtime and social interaction. And again, this isn't just for the children, this is also for you and for your sanity. We recommend that you have a little bit of one-on-one time with each child, followed by an engaging activity. It can be an independent activity for your older children. It can be a semi-independent activity with younger children. Maple Bear has provided endless suggestions. If you go to the Maple Bear Digital Learning Community portal, you can find a million excellent suggestions. There's also Pinterest. Don't try to keep up with all the Pinterest moms though. And there's other helpful websites as well. And if your friends have tried something with their children and it's worked beautifully, why not borrow the idea? When your children are bored, that's when disruptive behavior happens. And it's the same at school. So we recommend that you plan ahead and go to that portal and pick some of those activities and have them ready for your children. You can write them on little slips of paper or little sticks and have the child reach in and pick one out, because that makes it even more fun. Oh, look what we chose to do. It's going to be fun. It's highly motivating, and it saves you from trying to figure out what to do on the spur of the moment. It's really nice to have a little quiet nook somewhere where your child can read books, and even the youngest children love to pretend to read if they can't really read. Virtual play dates and Skypes with friends and extended family are wonderful emotional support for your children. And here's a good idea too. Why not challenge your child to do a good deed each day? They could write a card to a relative that they can't see. They could make a picture to put on the window. They could make cookies to support the family, or they could walk your dog or your neighbor's dog. Do something nice for somebody. That's a really good lesson to have your children learn.
And let's not forget art time. Listen to your child's favorite music. Plenty of the songs that your child knows from Maple Bear are available on YouTube. Sing along with them, and I'm willing to bet you all know Baby Shark and Walking Through the Jungle. So have fun with your children. Paint, draw, sculpt with Play-Doh. These are all excellent learning experiences. Write on a window or a mirror with markers. Now, please remember, don't use permanent markers or you're in trouble. Or use chalk and write on the sidewalks. These are all easily washed off or wiped off, and for your children, erasing is part of the fun.
Okay, let's talk about screen time. It's a topic that we need to discuss. We're going to be realistic here. Screen time is inevitable. It's a sanity saver. Don't feel guilty about scheduling some screen time for your children. Let's just try to make a lot of the content worthwhile. There are so many excellent sites that you can access. They have stories to read aloud that are read aloud in English or Portuguese. There's lots of short cartoons that have really nice themes. Your child has favorite movies and games. And by the way, they can be getting their English practice while you might be actually able to do some of your own things.
And of course, as educators, we highly recommend school time. Maple Bear has organized virtual classrooms, at-home activities, and conferences with the teachers. We want to maintain the affectionate relationship with our students that underpins learning, and which will pave the way for a smooth re-entry into our Maple Bear schools, when of course it is safe to do so. We do not want to overwhelm you. We don't expect you to become the teacher. We understand that your life is complicated and you may not be able to connect with the school every day, and that's okay. However, because you want what we want, and that is for your child to continue learning, your support is important. But the intensity of parental participation and the length of the virtual class will depend upon the age of your child or children.
For early years children, the virtual classroom is very difficult. They have very short attention spans, as you probably know. And so when the teacher does reach out for a family visit, it's really important that you be there. You need to be a classmate. You need to be facilitating. It's only going to be for a few moments. And like Stu said, sing along, enjoy the fun, and maybe you'll learn some English too. For older children, you can set them up in a workspace close to yours where you can be nearby to offer encouragement and support without doing the work for them. Please put Maple Bear School on your schedule and do the best you can. That's all we ask, the best you can. And we really encourage you to talk to your child's teacher. The teachers are there. They are keen to offer you ideas. So don't be afraid to ask them. They know your child. I'm sure they have some great suggestions for you. Our goal is really to keep your child connected to their teacher, to their classmates, and to the Maple Bear School, so that the transition back to school is smooth and happy for everybody.
And physical activity and outdoor time is very important. Walk the dog, walk to the neighborhood park, of course, remembering to keep safe social distancing happening. Practice ballet or taekwondo or capoeira or Zumba. Get active with videos from Go Noodle and various other videos you can find easily on YouTube. Garden together or do yoga together.
What we're trying to say here is that we recognize that your children's well-being depends upon your well-being. Overburdening you with heavy expectations for homeschooling is unfair, and it gets in the way of the most important things at this time: health, happiness, and optimism about the future. Because your work is important and your self-care is important, our recommendations for these family routines are meant to be supportive suggestions, not rigid expectations.
Each family's circumstances are unique, and parents, you must not feel guilty about your performance. Try to be calm, be kind, be flexible, while providing structure. Then your children can be children, and you can do what you need to do.